Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Jade Empire Closed Fist walkthrough. Alright, so we are finally here, we are in the Imperial City, and there is a ton of stuff to do here. Imperial City is going to be like the next probably 20 videos. That's how big the Imperial City is. Obviously, we've already got a couple down. I need to talk to Bai here really quick. I'm not going to
What a
accomplish
wondrous
much.
flyer you have. You don't see any of that design about the city. Since they became more common among the nobles, flyers have been fascinating to me. Allow me to officially welcome you to the Imperial City. I am Bai, the Outcrier, and I am here to direct you around our illustrious capital if you have any questions at all. It would be an honor to say that I aided someone who was greeted by Princess Sun Lian herself. A pleasure to be of service. Enjoy your stay here.
Okay, so that's by the Outcry. I'm actually going to go through a different dialogue with him a little bit later once my intimidation stat's a little bit higher. He does actually have, a dialogue option there that eventually leads to a conversation check. Sorry. I feel like I just missed a vase. Hopefully I'll go back to grab that. But right over here, kind of tucked back in this cask, is one of our configurations. That being the configuration of the dragon. I see there's a warrior gem there too, which is cool. Configuration of the dragon. Now, I actually haven't talked about those yet, but the configuration of the dragon is for a side quest that we will do in a while yet. I'm going to hold off on it for just a little while, but here's the vase that I missed or walked by. 56 silver. Okay, not too much there, but anyways, yeah, there's a side quest that involves there's actually, oh man, it's either 6 or 8. Actually, there might even be more configurations, and they basically result in techniques. So yeah, so we'll eventually get those taken care of. Here, I'm just trying to, explore. This is gem of foresight. I think that's trap. We're trying to avoid traps. Hitting traps costs no focus. Okay. That I'm not going to bother equipping this one. It's not a bad gem, to be completely honest, but again, I'm not going to bother. But up here, there's 2 NPCs. I haven't actually spoken with Lena or Junda yet. I don't think that they've got really anything all that noteworthy to say. And here, I was looking for an NPC that's not here yet. There's an NPC that appears somewhere right over in here a little bit later once we've completed some more events here. But anyways, I'm going to chat with the blacksmith here.
Welcome. Did someone from the Black Leopard School send you? No, I suppose you don't quite look like one of their students. Well, no matter. If you're looking for weapons, I have quite a good selection and reasonable rates. Would you like to see what I have for sale? Here you go. There's quite a lot, so take your time.
Okay, so the blacksmith has the dragon sword. That's an upgrade over Fortune's favorite, so this will give you an additional 25% damage with that. And not only that, it looks badass. Probably the coolest looking sword in the game. And then Flawless is here as well. Flawless, actually, we could have picked up back in Tien's Landing, but I didn't bother. There's a bar of nickel to iron. I'm going to grab that, as well as the Craftsman's Litany. So this is a technique, and this one's, it's good. There's really no reason not to get that. But I'm going to pass on the Dragon Sword. And the reason for that is eventually here I'm going to get the... it's a dual axe weapon style, and so I'm gonna focus on those weapons as opposed to the dragon sword. So, but anyways, what do we got here next? Anyway, so the Craftsman's Litany. Hopefully, I pull up my inventory technique list and examine that a little further. I don't remember exactly what it did now, but or maybe I won't. It looks like maybe I forgot about that. Yeah, it kind of looks that way. But alright, anyways, we're going to keep moving through the city here. I know there's an NPC around here somewhere too that's for a quest, but it looks like we actually need to start that somewhere else. So here's the history of Flight Volume 4. Unfortunately, this one isn't a part of the or a part of a hidden book set like the other History of Flight books. I'm not going to go over this one too much, but colors, yeah. This one's all about, it looks like the Emperor trying to essentially, or paying someone to make flyers for the Imperial Army. So, but anyways, yeah. So like that's the I guess that's a continuation of the History of Flight books that we ran across in Tian's Landing. This is the Guide to the Imperial City. Then amazed by the sights, explore the Imperial City for the experience of a lifetime. Okay, yeah, we're definitely going to do that. Wow, that even gives you experience. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Golden Way. Yeah, so that's the next area. So basically the area we're in here is, we're in, was considered the Market District. This next area is considered the Golden Way. And then the final is the Scholars Garden, sorry. So basically Imperial City is mostly, I should say, everything is attached to those three districts. There is more to the Imperial City, that being the Imperial Arena is part of it, and here I don't know where I'm going. I feel like I must have forgot something. I think I did this again though, where I crossed the border and then was like, oh no, I want to go here instead, so I just went right back, which is a little silly, but whatever. But yeah, anyways, so the Imperial Arena is attached to the Market District, and then the Black Leopard School is attached to the Market District as well. We're not going to do, or I'm not going to go to either of those quite yet. I'm going to save the Black Leopard School until quite a bit later, probably. Reason being is there's a couple of quests in here. Yeah, here, I just went right back to the Golden Way. It's so super annoying. Not sure why I was second guessing where I wanted to go, but anyways. So yeah, so the Black Leopard School, because of the route that we're going, that being the Closed Fist, if you do it too early, you actually lose out or are not able to complete one of the side quests there. So we just need to hold off on that for a little while. And the Imperial Arena, we'll do that fairly soon. And the reason for doing that early is there's actually a gem there that I like to have equipped basically at all times. And then, but unfortunately, we can't actually do anything there quite yet. We actually need to go all the way to the Scholars Garden first. There is the jar with a little bit of silver, and here's a sort of a side quest, or the start of one.
And your ancestry is of questionable worth. You dress yourself in the manner of a common laborer. Nobody's paying any attention.
Keep trying, just as I instructed.
Your physique seems exceptional. Clearly you are a peasant. A noble could afford sloth. Your breath is like the wind of an ox. Your last meal was of suspect quality. Your beliefs are superficial, and your culture is substandard.
Hold! You must forgive my servant. He was acting for me. I asked him to find someone not distracted by mere insults, someone who would command respect. I must say, your refusal to stand for it was admirable. I think you are exactly what we need. Please, my intent is noble. An outlander arrived several days ago, and now we cannot get him to leave. He's consuming copious amounts of our food and wine. He balks at our attempts to calm him and answers requests for payment with strange coins of questionable value. He needs to go. He claims he crossed the glass sea. which would mean he's from the mysterious East. I've heard reports of minor trade with that region, but only on a small scale. Even if they buy the occasional bolt of silk, everyone knows there are only barbarians outside the Jade Empire, and his manner confirms it. He insults the Emperor. So far, he has escaped the notice of any higher officials. Perhaps he was mistaken for an actor in a troupe, but that will not last. If he is reported, the Lotus Assassins will take notice. They'll want to know if he was harbored or his offense was encouraged. Guilt by association is enough for them. We don't want a murder. We just want order restored. But he doesn't respond like we do. He proposes challenges we don't understand and then declares himself the winner. Several of our brightest have faced him, but as soon as they get the better of him, he sets off his strange firework and says they are beaten. Normally, the peasants like it when we intellectuals are maligned, but they tire of his presence too. Getting rid of this nuisance will endear you to many. I had hoped you would be more supportive of your culture, but if that is your decision, I will not waste my breath on you. If you change your mind, however, I doubt the Outlander will be leaving soon. He lectures continually in the Scholars' Garden. No one can dislodge him.
All right, so another example of just the fantastic writing in this game. The random insults that they're hurling out at you are just so good. But anyways, all right, looks like we've got a bamboo cask, and then we've got another scroll stand regarding the music and the arts. It is our duty as a cultured people to bring civilization and joy of the arts to those less advanced and gifted societies. All right, so the Jade Empire, they will claim that it's their duty to bring the arts and the joys of civilization to less developed people. So, bravo on them. Alright, now that's about all I want to do here. There's plenty of stuff that I'm actually not interacting with. There's a beggar, kind of close to where we entered. Oh.
Yes? I like to think that we can take time to talk about important things. That is not really necessary right now. We just have... Oh. I've only been... Don't...
Alright, I guess that was a random dialogue check with Dancer. But anyways, there's been a couple of NPCs that I've already run by that I haven't interacted with yet. And the reason for that is I just wanted to hold off until I've done, or I should say, until I've obtained more of like specific gems. There's a couple that I want to grab before I start more fights with people. And the reason for that is there's a gem coming up. I think it's the next big gem, I would say, that actually just allows you to collect more silver from your enemies. So I'm going to try to get that as early as possible, and that's really my main goal right now. And then just beyond here is the entrance to the Scholars' Garden, and we're going to have a dialogue with Silk Fox, and we'll actually be able to finally recruit her as a follower.
I didn't expect you in your strange training to make it to the Imperial City. You are proving to be a very interesting person. Of course, I could tell that just by looking at you. You have a very strong presence. As the Heavenly Lily, I am above suspicion, but I am restrained by fawning servants. Silk Fox can go anywhere, and people are not shy about their reactions. There is a thrill, of course, and it allows me to find information useful to us both. Death's Hand brought your Master Li to the palace a few days ago. I saw the flyer. He was bound in chains. He must be powerful, or you are. There was something familiar about him as well. Why would you say that? Is that what he told you? I'm sorry, but I simply cannot believe that your Master Li is the glorious strategist. I was too young to know him. I was told that he and Prince Qin, the third brother, fell defending the Empire 20 years ago. Now it seems they may have been traitors. I discovered this looking through records for information on Death's Hand. Perhaps he tried to influence Sun Li and Sun Qin before corrupting my father. But it doesn't matter who your master is. I could take you to the palace, but Death's Hand controls what my father hears. He must be discredited for you to succeed. A wise decision. His hold over my father is nearly absolute. But if we could show conclusive evidence of his crimes, my father would have to listen. I know how. Construction on the wall has stopped for the first time in generations. The workers now toil in factories building powerful creatures of stone and clay called golems. Death's Hand could use these automatons to seize the Empire, and my father is oblivious. We must infiltrate the Lotus Assassins and find evidence of this treachery. We need proof of Death's Hand's intent from the seat of his power, the Lotus Assassin Fortress. It would be impossible to assault, so just walk in. They are Have any Lotus Assassins who saw your face lived to report back? I doubt it. They will not recognize you as the person who fought them in Tien's Landing. They have a vague description full of guesswork that has guards holding people at random. Besides, they expect an attack, not someone trying to catch their eye. I would wager that you may profit from their tasks too. Can you see the beauty in using their own methods of recruitment to fight them? I think they deserve it. There are guilds within the Lotus Assassins. Executioners look for fearsome warriors. Inquisitors are more subversive, and they look for cunning in their agents. If you prove yourself in the arena, they will notice you. My people can spread rumors of your interest. The Executioner will take a real interest when you finish the silver round. Or if you prefer, the Inquisitor recruiter is also seeking new people. He might be open to persuasion. Death's Hand rules over the Lotus Assassins, so I take special interest in their activities. I've had most of my life to ask questions. You suspect my motives? You have no reason to doubt me. If I wanted the Lotus Assassins to find you, I could simply tell them your name. Ask Scholar Dongao in the Scholar's Garden about him. Dongao is closer to the Assassins than he should be. He will tell you where to meet the Inquisitor. Or seek the Executioner. My people will spread rumors of your interest, and he will approach you in the arena. They like fighters who have passed the silver round. I will wait at your flyer, or I could travel with you. Before you get too lost, perhaps we should, discuss how closely we will be working together? Of course. I look forward to it.
Yes? I like to think... I don't want to seem ungrateful for her help, but having Silk Fox here is causing me some concern. I mean, she is the daughter of the Emperor, and we do not know his role in Master Li's capture. Can she be trusted? So you don't trust her fully, but you invite her into our midst. I'm not sure I understand that, especially when she is so confrontational. I am not! Why would you suggest that? And why did you smirk? Are you Are you trying to pit us against each other? Does it amuse you to see people compete for your affection? Your affection. Did I just say that? Well, damn you for being right. You have always been a good friend to me, but I never meant... I mean, I couldn't... No. No, I should have more control over this. This is too uncertain. You can't manipulate me into admitting something like this. Not when you can leave whenever you want. What? What do you mean? Well, I don't know, I'm not used to thinking about that. I always felt that what came next was in someone else's hands. I've never been given that kind of choice before. They deserve the worst I can imagine for making me weak. I should fight more. I should spit more. I should slap the princess in her smirking face, and I should look at you without fear of what might happen. Because if I grow to need you and you leave, ancestors help me, you will regret it. Am I? Perhaps you should worry if you are worthy of mine. That is what you wish, isn't it? That I assert myself? I did not intend for this to go as far as it has this quickly. I am startled by what you bring out in me. I need time to think. You have introduced me to some interesting ideas. I thank you for that. I think I have been weak for too long. Don't go too far. I'd get lost in this city. I know it.
Okay, so from here on out, you need to be very careful with how you speak with Dawnstar and Silk Fox if you're interested in the romancing options. I have now, I think with that conversation, officially started Dawnstar on the Closed Fist path. We do have a book stand here, Scholar Xiao Xiang. That's once again miss a central point of the philosopher's argument. Only to learn in a way that does not dishonor the celestial beings that give us our very lives. Okay. So you'll see a lot of this sort of conversation with the scholars.
Well, look who we have here. There's no princess to save you this time.
Do you think we'd forget? You can't humiliate us and just walk away. We'll teach you to insult a guard of the Imperial City.
King Tiger, Heavenly Wave.
Alright, of course we get attacked here. It looks like these guys are immune to support styles. If I'm remembering correctly. Oh, nope, my bad, they're not. Alright, so we're going to splatter these guys. But yeah, so anyways, from here on out, there's a lot of interesting discussions with the scholars, as you might expect. A lot of, metaphysics versus physics. And anyways, to sum it up, some very interesting subjects. Now, here I made the mistake of going back to the city, so actually what I'm going to do here is cut some of this stuff out, because I end up just running right back. Alright, actually, I looked ahead here, and I do have some dialogue that's sort of important, so I'm going to leave that in. So we're actually at the Market District right now.
Be on the lookout for the Scourge of the South. It is your duty as citizens of the Empire to report anyone who matches this description. Keep an eye out for a bare-chested wild man with hair covering his back and arms. Reports suggest he is well over 7 feet tall and fully armed. This man is very dangerous. Do not try to apprehend the Scourge of the South, but instead report what you've seen to the authorities immediately.
Well, all these years together, and I never suspected you were the Scourge of the South. I'm sorry. I know it's not funny. At least they didn't get your looks right.
going to do?
Why haven't I seen any activity among the Lotus Assassins yet? You should talk to the contacts I gave you. Remember our arrangement? You secure the evidence of the army Death's Hand is building, and I'll get you to the palace to confront my father. Scholar Dungao in the Scholar's Garden will alert him to your interest. Return to your base at the Flyer after you've spoken with him.
I can't agree with this. You don't know what you're getting into. You don't know the danger they represent.
Really? What did you see while hiding in your swamp? I've observed Death's Hand for years, both in the palace and elsewhere.
You could have 4 faces and a different name and wardrobe for each, and you still wouldn't understand. Death's Hand is not what he seems.
Then what, pray tell, is he?
I don't know. But his power does not come from study or skill. He is something darker, and we should not be trying to enter his lair.
It sounds like Sagacious Zoo wants to go back into hiding. Or perhaps the nursery? Pay no attention, not everyone is as weak as he is.
You don't know what they are capable of.
The matter is settled. Go sulk in the corner like you're accustomed to doing.
This is not helping anything. Are we any closer to getting to the Lotus Assassins so this accursed woman will help us find Master Li?
Oh, she spits fire at last. Now I see how the child left her little village. She has some spirit in her after all. And she's also right. We are no closer to finding the secret plans that Death's Hand has been making. You have to move quicker. Go to the Imperial Arena to meet the Executioner, or speak with Scholar Dungao in the Scholar's Garden about the Inquisitor. I wish you luck. Once you have gained the trust of the Lotus Assassins, we will plan how to proceed.
Okay, so we've got a little bit more dialogue here with, I think I'm going to start up with Silk Fox again. I did find it a little bit funny, though, when you pass by the Lotus Assassin in the Market District, basically trash-talking and calling us the Scourge of the South. It's just pretty good stuff, pretty funny stuff.
Hello again. I enjoy our little chats, but I don't think anything has changed since we last spoke. I still need evidence against Death's Hand to free my father. Meet the Executioner in the arena, or speak with Scholar Dungao in the Scholar's Garden about the Inquisitor. Hurry, or you'll lose your chance to help your master. Did you like it? I thought you might want a little assistance. Consider it a small token of my favor. I thank you for your courtesy. A woman always likes to hear when her gifts are appreciated. It is difficult for one of my rank to give gifts, even one so simple as what I gave you. A princess is not normally allowed to show favorites. Better that I give it away before Death's Hand carts it off. He has been quite brazen. Besides, it was mine by birthright to do with as I wish. Must I always be dictated to by tradition, despite my respect for it? Sometimes I want what everyone else has, to be myself. And to be myself, I gave you what I wished. Well, you're polite at least. Most nobles take gifts as a matter of course, especially those from a woman. But the price I may pay for helping you could be greater still. I am destined for the throne, destined to rule the Empire after my father, but that will be meaningless if Death's Hand keeps his hold on my father's mind. I fear one day he may try to interfere with the Imperial succession. Or perhaps convince my father that he should be Emperor by marriage. Indeed, we cannot. I would bite my own tongue before ever allowing that man to touch me. I'm sorry, I've ruined the mood. We should continue our talk another time. First, we must expose Death's Hand, reveal his treachery and manipulation. I wish you luck. Once you have gained the trust of the Lotus Assassins, we will plan how to proceed.
I trust your plans go well, despite the dangers you face and inflict. Is there something I can do for you? It is a foolish idea. You do not understand the seductive nature of the assassins and what they do to recruits. It does not take much to make a person forget who they are. With a little effort, they can be pushed past any morals they might have claimed. Cloaked in service and honor, even the most depraved of barbarity soon becomes unremarkable. Perhaps you think so, but the enemy is fanatical. The rot begins high up, and it is embodied in the shell that is Death's Hand. He was made our leader during the raising of Dirge. He replaced Sun Qin, who along with the glorious strategist, never returned from that campaign. I did not serve Death's Hand long, but when the orders came, he never questioned. The connection is more direct than loyalty, and he instills that in his Lotus assassins. That is how so many were driven to kill without cause, and why I decided no more. There was more to that event. You are right to sense it. But I have kept my silence for so long that I must carefully consider the repercussions of breaking it. I must inevitably deal with my demons. Your destiny demands it. But I must also know that those demons will be put to rest, not exploited. For many years, I did nothing. If I had known Master Li was the glorious strategist, so much could have been resolved one way or another. In the end, I will have to trust that you are enough his student to find a way to protect what I cannot. So you claim. I am not accustomed to words having such weight. We should resume your mission. You have far to go. Goodbye. You seem tired, Dawnstar. Make sure you get some rest. Our journey will only get longer, and you've been through a great deal.
Thank you, Sue. I'm fine. I will find time once we have set things right. I won't, but our cause will not wait for us. Thank you both for your concern.
What do you want? There are spirits everywhere here in the city. Ghosts live inside of the people who remember them, just a little. Everyone has that spark. Except for me. I have no one inside of me. Except for the Guardian and the other. But some of these people, the ghosts inside them cause so much pain. The ones that hurt? Spirits have such sad stories. People don't know, though. All they understand is that they feel bad, but they don't know why. When you feel bad for no reason, you might have touched one of them. The city is old. So old. And so many people have lived and died here. There's spirits everywhere. I guess I can understand why so many of them feel so bad all the time. But we shouldn't talk about this so much. Who knows how much will draw their attention. We should keep going. Is there anything else you want? Okay.
What? Not now. I'm done talking about my... What?
Always happy to help. What do you need? Dawnstar has been telling me about Two Rivers, the Swamp, and Gao the Lesser. I was sorry to hear about your town and your friends. It brought a question to mind. There's something I've been meaning to ask you. Why? Seriously, why are you doing this? Details aside, you're fighting the Empire as a whole when you oppose the Lotus Assassins, Death's Hand, or the Emperor's will. I know all about your village and your master, and that explains some of it. What it doesn't explain is your drive, your strength. What gives you that? Revenge, then? Or perhaps the thought that there's still more to learn by walking this path? I know you're going to follow Silk Fox's plans to find a way into the Assassin's Den. It won't be easy, but I'm confident we'll succeed. It's what happens after you find a way in that has me worried. I can imagine that might just be the case. I knew men and women who were drawn to the Lotus Assassins. They went into that place to prove themselves, as you intend to. And the few who made it back out were different. That's true. It is impressive. If the novices were stronger, they wouldn't buy into the dogma. I know you'll be fine. The assassins will be lucky if you don't bring the place down around their ears. Just be sure not to tip your hand before you're ready. That's all in the future, though. We should keep at what we're doing. There's a lot left to tackle before we're done.
Of course. I'll be here if you need anything.
Yes? How can this humble Bunmaster assist you today?
All right, that is all I've got time for in this video. So as always, hope the guide was helpful and hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.